Hello everybody! Welcome back to some more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This is a continuation of the last episode, where previously we did the 4 Nitro Grand Prix and time trials, which were the Mushroom Cup, the Flower Cup, the Star Cup, and the Special Cup, which all had courses that were brand new and original to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We beat all the staff ghosts, and today's episode, we're going to be continuing with the Retro Grand Prix, which were the Shell Cup, the Banana Cup, the Leaf Cup, and the Lightning Cup. But before we can do that, we need to change characters, as we're not going to use the same character 2 episodes in a row. That would be a bit boring. So today, we're going to go ahead and play Roy. In the last episode, we used a light combo. It went pretty well. So I think in today's episode, to be a little bit of a polar opposite, since it's like originals are the opposite of retros, light characters are the opposite of heavy characters, I'm just hoping that it won't be the opposite, where instead of doing good, we'll do bad. But who knows? So we're going to use a heavy combo, which might be a mistake, but we're going to do it anyways. Let's go with the standard ATV, because that definitely increases our weight quite a lot. And I don't want to be too heavy, so maybe something like the blue standard. And then we could go, Glider doesn't matter all too much, so let's just use the Bowser Kite. It's going to be a pretty heavy combo. Hopefully it goes well. I can't guarantee. But we're just going to jump straight into it, start with the Shell Cup, with Wii Moo Moo Meadows, racing against Nintendo Chris once again. Interesting, because the first race we did for the Nitro Grand Prix, for the Nitro Cups, when we did Mario Kart Stadium, it was against Nintendo Chris. And we beat him. And here, Moo Moo Meadows, it's also against Nintendo Chris. So if we go to, like, the Flower Cup, let's say, the first course of the Flower Cup was Nintendo Show. Is the first cup of the Banana Cup also Nintendo Show? No, it's not. It's Nintendo Maria. Interesting. It's just a funny coincidence that this course is Nintendo Chris again. But this time it's Daisy, so it is a different character, but it's still the same ghost name, which is kind of interesting. But anyways, let's race against this ghost and see if we can beat them. So Moo Moo Meadows is a very short course, so I'm hoping our high speed will come in handy. But I also got to remember that I have very bad acceleration. So if I get hit by an obstacle, let's say a cow, it's going to be very hard to recover from it. So let's use our mushroom over here, take a shortcut, avoid the cows. Hitting the cows would be very bad. Let's go over here to get some coins. You can also get a speed boost, or you can just miss it completely. It's a bit embarrassing. And we're now probably a few seconds behind Nintendo Chris, which is not a good thing. We are 1.1 seconds behind them. So we've got a little bit of time to catch up. So now there's even more cows on the road. Very dangerous. But it seems that Nintendo Chris, for whatever reason, is not taking this very big shortcut. I'm not doing the best. Let's go over here to get some more coins. And let's also go over here to get some more coins. Oh, I'm doing awful. Not a good start to today's episode. I'm 2.6 seconds behind. What happens? I guess it really is the polar opposite. We're using a light character instead of a heavy, or we're using a heavy character instead of a light character, and I'm going to do bad instead of doing good. Not very nice, because I want to do good, obviously. We're still very far behind Nintendo Chris. So I think no matter what we do, we're not going to be able to catch up, which is an unfortunate way to start the episode. Nobody wants to start off the episode with a loss. So there we go. Very sad, but we'll just have to try again. Second try. Let's see if we can do better this time. Hopefully I don't screw up as much. Let's try and get some more coins this time. I say as I miss all of the coins. But I still will be taking this shortcut, as I do think it is worth it. Even though I do miss out on a few coins, that's, I'm pretty sure, the biggest shortcut on this track. It also saves a lot of time. But obviously, we will still be picking up these coins over here, because they're just in our path. So, you know, we might as well pick it up, get that extra speed. So we finished the first lap with a little bit of a lead, 1.8 seconds. That's good, because I'm probably going to blow my lead. So having as much of a lead as possible would be very nice. Also got to avoid the cows. Very scary. They're very ferocious beasts, you know. Let's go back up here again and get that coin. Oh, there's some coins on the windmill. I did not know that. I haven't seen that before. Very interesting. Learning some new things about this game, even on the 79th episode in. It goes to show there's still a lot of things you can learn. Here we go, final lap. We've got a big lead. Avoid the cows! Ah! Phew. I crashed into the wall a little bit, but that's better than crashing into a cow. Let's go over here, take the speed boost. Very nice. Some fancy tricks. And there we go. We won this time. So the next course we're going to be doing is GBA Mario Circuit against Baby Mario, Nintendo Re. So GBA Mario Circuit is an interesting course because it's got quite a few different shortcuts and alternate paths we can take. There's not very many different paths to take at the beginning. We just have to stick on the same path no matter what. But once we jump off here, there's going to be a big divergence, as there's a glider ramp in the off-road right over here. We can go zoom, take a mushroom, glide up here, and then glide our way over. If we do that, though, we miss out on one of the different shortcuts. There's also another path over here we could take, which has a speed boost. I'm not sure if it's worth it to take that path, but the path does exist. If we were to, however, not take that glider ramp, we would have a different shortcut that would be open to us later on. It would be right over here. We ignore the glider ramp, and we just keep driving pretty boringly. But then, we can use our mushroom to take a shortcut through here, which also saves some time. I don't know which shortcut is better. They're both definitely good shortcuts, which is why I wanted to show them both off, just for a little bit of variety's sake. For the final lap, I gotta decide which shortcut I want to take. And I'm gonna try doing something a little bit new. I'm gonna try taking that glider ramp shortcut without using a mushroom. I know. Very risky. I could just, like, hop into the glider, or I could just miss the glider completely. Never mind. That was a horrible idea. Do not follow my instructions. It might have been worth it if I hadn't missed the glider ramp. But I did miss the glider ramp. So that was just a huge loss of time, and I had to use my mushroom to get back up to regular speed. But it didn't matter, because we still won anyways. A new record. That went quite well. So the next course that we're going to be doing is DS Cheep Cheep Beach. And we're racing against Nintendo Massim, the Koopa Troopa. So we're losing a little bit. It's not the best start, starting off with a little bit of a loss of time. But I think we'll be able to catch up. And the interesting thing about Cheep Cheep Beach is normally we're supposed to take this kind of curvy path with all these coins and everything. But you don't have to take that path, as there is a shortcut. You can always just drive through the water like this and cut off a bit of that turn, which I'm pretty sure is a much faster way to approach this track. There's also a few, like, hidden shortcuts. There's one pretty simple shortcut here. It doesn't save too much time, but it is a shortcut. But there's also, later on, some really big shortcuts you can take under the water, which, if you just stay on top of the shore, like here on the land, you would never see those shortcuts. So it's always good to explore a little bit when you have the opportunity. So here, instead of turning to the left like that sign says, we can just drive straight and use a mushroom through that patch of dirt. And it's a huge shortcut. It's humongous. It's a much bigger shortcut than that's available over here on the final turn. So heading to the final lap with a huge lead, thanks to that one shortcut that's available. So once again, we're going to be taking that giant shortcut, which is right over here, just in case you forgot. But we're approaching the end, and I think we have this one in the bag. There we go. We win. Final course of the Shell Cup is N64 Toad's Turnpike, and we're racing against Nintendo Alice, who is Toad. No surprise there. So here we go, the final course of the Shell Cup. Hopefully we can get a victory here. This is a pretty simple course, hence why it's in the Shell Cup, but it does have a few split paths, like there's that anti-gravity section you can take over there. But I'm pretty sure that path is much slower. But there is this truck here, which puts us into a glider ramp, which whenever you see those trucks, I'm pretty sure it's a lot faster to take them, as we were behind Toad, now we're ahead of Toad. So if you see those trucks, I'd recommend always going for it. But something that this course has that's very interesting is that this is the first course we've seen from the retro tracks that has no shortcut. There are no shortcuts you can use your mushrooms for. There are the alternate paths on the wall, which I am pretty sure are slower, not 100% sure, but there's nowhere to use our mushrooms. And there is a little pit stop here with lots of coins, and you can see that the computer also takes that path, as it is definitely worth it. If we go up here, I'm pretty sure it's much slower, but it seems like Nintendo Alice is also choosing to go up here. Great minds think alike, I suppose. There's nowhere to really use our mushrooms, so I'm just going to use them on the straightaway section, since there's nowhere else to use them. Oh, I couldn't get there in time. That's unfortunate. Got to be careful. Taking the inner path is faster, but it's a lot riskier. It's easier to bump into the wall and other cars. And obviously, bumping into the wall and other cars will make you lose a lot of speed, and you don't want to do that. So here we go, final lap. We're 2.5 seconds ahead, and we've still got 2 mushrooms. So I'll just use one here, and then I'll save the other mushroom for somewhere else. Ooh, one of these. Don't mind if I do. And I guess I'll just use the other mushroom here. Gotta be careful, try to take the tightest path without bumping into the wall. Unfortunately, I bumped into the wall, but there's another glider truck right over here. Accidentally slowed down, I didn't mean to do that. And there we go. That's the end. So now we're moving on from the Shell Cup to the Banana Cup, and moving on to my least favorite course in the game, GCN Dry Desert. I'm really not a fan of this course, and I'll explain a little bit more why once we start this course. So we're going against Nintendo Maria, playing Peach, as we saw earlier in the episode. So some of you might be wondering, why don't I like Dry Desert? It is a Mario Kart Double Dash course, and I have expressed how much I like Mario Kart Double Dash. But this is a course, even though from Mario Kart Double Dash, I really don't like it. We can take this little shortcut here, which is cool. But the reason that I don't like this course is because it's so bland and boring. Nothing really interesting happens. Now, normally this is even more further expressed because I'm usually in first place, so I get no mushrooms to take the coolest shortcuts. Fortunately, since I'm doing time trials, I can take the coolest shortcuts, seeing as I'm given mushrooms. But even with the quote-unquote coolest shortcuts, the course is still just kind of boring. Nothing interesting happens. And it's like just a giant desert where you just drive. This wasn't a problem in Mario Kart Double Dash, as the course was a lot smaller in Mario Kart Double Dash and a lot more chaotic because there were more racers on the field, technically. As in Mario Kart Double Dash, you would have 8 drivers, or 8 placements, and there would be 2 drivers, so 16 drivers in total. On this game, there are only 12 drivers, so there's a lot less items flying around, it's a lot less chaotic. And another reason I don't like this course is because when they remade it into Mario Kart 8, as you saw in that section, there's a little oasis. That doesn't fit with this course's vibe. It's dry desert. The course cannot be a dry desert if there's a giant oasis right here. It doesn't make sense. So those are the main reasons why I don't like this course. But it's only specifically the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe version. I don't mind the Double Dash version. It's fine. It's got obstacles too. It's got like a giant tornado you can run into, and like a giant piranha plant in the middle of the hole that'll eat you up, and the Pokies. But this version just doesn't have very many obstacles. Although it does have a lot of cool shortcuts, when you're in first place doing the regular races, you're not going to get to take those shortcuts. You only really get to take them on time trials. And time trials is so boring because there's nothing to do except for those shortcuts because there are no other racers to hit you with items. So either way, the course is just kind of disappointing. Not to mention, it's long. It's a long course. So let's just go ahead, take this shortcut again, and then we'll be finished and we can move on to a course that I enjoy much more. There we go, we won. Hopefully we won't have to play this course again for quite a while. It's just not a course that I enjoy. But maybe you enjoy it, and maybe you feel highly offended that I say that I don't like this course and it's boring. If so, you can certainly argue against me in the comment section. But now we're going to be moving on to a much simpler course, SNES Donut Plains 3. And we're racing against Nintendo Frank, the Lakitu. So Donut Plains 3, it's a very simple course, just like Dry Desert. It doesn't have very much, like, anything cool going for it. It's a very simple and short track, coming from the original Super Mario Kart. Although it does have some interesting shortcuts. Very huge shortcuts for sure. But it's also got some unique paths you can take. Although it doesn't look like there's anything unique you can take, there are some optional paths you can take, which I'll be showing off later. This is just kind of the regular path. There's also a shortcut over there you can take through that wall. There's a little hole in the wall. I'll be taking that shortcut next lap. And unlike Dry Desert, it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's a very short track. And the reason that it's so short is because in the original Super Mario Kart, every track was 5 laps. Hence, when it was brought into this game, it was just brought down to 3 laps, so it's a lot shorter. And this is an optional path you can take to avoid that turn. It's kind of like a little shortcut, although I don't know if I could call it a shortcut, because a shortcut is something more like this, where you use a mushroom to zoom through some grass, or like jump over a pit or something. That's what I would qualify as a shortcut. But that other area just seemed to be an optional path. We're already heading into the final lap. As I said, it's a very short course. We'll take this shortcut once again. Oh no! Oh no! I just barely hit the wall. That's very unfortunate. I lose all of my lead. My huge lead I just had, it's all gone because of that one simple screw up. Very sad. And now I think I'm gonna lose the race because of that. Oh, that was so bad. So there we go. Because of that one little simple screw up, we lose. So So we'll have to try this again. We were doing so well up until that final lap where I just bumped into that wall. Let's just do it again. Hopefully we can do better this time, not bumping into the wall on that shortcut. It's not a difficult shortcut. I just screwed up. And if you screw it up once, as you saw, you're kind of just done. So let's go over here, take this path. Slightly faster, although we do miss out on some coins. And normally if you were to do that in a race, it wouldn't affect you here in time trials. But if you were to do that in a race, you would miss out on the item box there, which would be a reason on why you wouldn't want to take the faster alternate path. There we go, we've got a bit of a lead. Hopefully I can keep this lead and not screw it up. Let's take this shortcut again. There we go, take it a little bit wider. It does result in me having to use a mini turbo through the off-road, and I lose a little bit of speed because of that, but it's a lot safer, and it also guarantees that I won't bump into the wall and just completely lose. Here we go, it's the final lap, and just to play it safe, even though I don't need to do it, I'm gonna go around this shortcut because it is slightly more risky than the other shortcut, just so that this way, there's surely no way I can lose now, right? Just to make sure, just to be extra cautious. We can take the simple little shortcut through this wall, and then it will lead us to the finish. There we go. We win. So the next course that we're doing is N64 Royal Raceway, and we're racing against Nintendo Skip, the Princess Peach. Alright, we got a bigger rocket start this time. That's nice to see. So this course is another course that does have quite a lot of shortcuts. Some of the shortcuts being a lot more obvious than the other ones. Here is a very obvious shortcut. You just use a mushroom and you jump off that ramp. Very plain and simple. It's very easy to see. There are some little bit harder to see shortcuts coming up that we'll check out on the later laps. But technically, any area where you go off-road and cut a corner with a mushroom could be classified as a shortcut. So this course does have a lot of shortcuts, some of which being much better than the others. That's the first lap done. Well, here's one of those shortcuts. It's pretty risky, or it's a lot more risky than the other jump, as it's easy to screw it up and go flying into a different section of the off-road, or to go flying into the ocean. But it's not the hardest shortcut, that's for sure. Oops. Hit the off-road a little bit there. We're heading to the final lap. I think we can win this, as long as I don't, like, pull off a SNES donut plane 3 and ram into a wall for, like, 5 minutes. I think we'll be fine. But I gotta be on my toes a little bit, just in case something bad happens. Because you never know when something like that'll happen. And once it does happen, you're just done. There's no coming back from it, especially on the final lap. If it happens on the first lap, you might be fine. You might be able to take a few shortcuts to catch up. But on the third lap, you have no time to catch up, and you just lose. I'm going to be playing this a little bit risky. I'm going to be taking a shortcut at the very end of the race, even though I don't need to do it. I just want to show it off. Here we go. You cut through there. It doesn't save the most amount of time, and it is probably the most risky shortcut, especially since it's at the very end, so if you screw it up, you just lose, and you can also just go flying into the water. And it doesn't really save all that much time. But we managed to win. pretty simple and straightforward. Let's head into the next race. So now, the final course of the Banana Cup, 3DS, DK Jungle, and of course, we're racing against DK. It makes sense. Nintendo the DK, it's his own jungle. Why would we not race against Donkey Kong in his own jungle? This is where he lives. Who else would it be? Bowser? That wouldn't make sense. So it obviously makes sense that we're racing against Donkey Kong. So Donkey Kong does have the home turf advantage, just like racing against Bowser in Bowser's Castle. But I think I will be able to win, hopefully, even if Donkey Kong knows this jungle like the back of his hands. Because I also know this course pretty well, because I have played a lot of Mario Kart. So there's a shortcut right over here we could take. Use a mushroom. I missed the glider ramp. That's embarrassing. So I missed out on the majority of that shortcut, and it led to Donkey Kong going in front of me. He managed to pass me because I messed up the shortcut and lost some time for using my mushroom, which is very silly in my opinion. But that's basically the biggest shortcut on this track. And there is a little bit of a risk versus reward factor here at the end. We could take this little jump over here, which is a much faster path, but we could fall off. Or we could take the farther path, which is slower, and you go around the turn. But there are some coins to help compensate, and it's also much harder to fall off, seeing as there's no jump you have to take. So if you want to go for the risky path like I do, you can do it. It's risky, you might fall off, but it is faster. Or you can go for the safer path to like build up your coins a little bit and not fall off. And I screwed up that shortcut again, but Donkey Kong didn't, so that's very unfortunate. Maybe on the last lap I will be able to get it. Hopefully I can. I should be able to do this. I've played this course quite a lot. So it's a bit embarrassing that I'm unable to pull off an easy shortcut. So let's go around this time, get some extra coins to help build up my speed. But we're now quite a bit behind Donkey Kong, 2 seconds behind him. So maybe he will win this. I certainly hope not. I'd like to beat him, but there's no guarantee that I can. Gotta avoid the little tikis over here. And then let's try this shortcut. Hopefully I can do it. No, I can't. I don't know what's wrong with me. So there we go. We lose. I'm just going to save us some time and just give up. Let's just restart and redo it. I need to be able to get that shortcut, because if I can't, I don't think I can win. Which is unfortunate. I don't know why I can't perform it. I don't know what's wrong with me today. There's definitely something going on, but I don't know what. Let's see if we can take this shortcut this time. Try not to screw it up. There we go. I missed the glider ramp, but I got the shortcut. So even though I did miss the glider and I didn't get the cool, stylish way, it still saved time. So you know what? I'm fine with that. So now I just got to do that another 2 times. And I've got a lot of coins, so I don't think I need to take the slower route. There's really no point to take that in time trials. Because you don't really need the coins. But I guess the reason you would take that is so you don't fall off. That's not a difficult turn to take there. That's a really easy way to just save yourself a lot of time. But I seem to be screwing up in the most simple, easy ways possible. And it's very saddening to see. There we go. I finally managed to take the glider ramp version, the stylish version. But Donkey Kong managed to do it, so it doesn't matter. We still have to catch up to him. Don't fall off again? Phew, that was very close to me falling off. That was actually quite scary. We're still almost 2 seconds behind Donkey Kong. So we have a lot of work to do. How do we catch up? We just gotta hope that he screws up or something. Or maybe he won't take the shortcut. No, of course he will. Why wouldn't he take the shortcut? It'd make no sense to just avoid it. Like, why would he? I don't know if there's a way I could catch up. He's too far ahead. Yeah, I think we're done. I don't know why I'm struggling this much on the retro tracks. Are the retro tracks really that much harder? Because I only screwed up twice on the original Nitro tracks. But here I've lost like 5 times or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in the right mood today. The 3rd time's the charm, right? Surely we can beat him this time. All we need is confidence. Confidence is key. Okay, I missed the shortcut. That's too bad, but it seems like he missed it as well. So you know what? That's fine. We're still in the lead. Alright, let's head this way and not fall off, please. Thank you. That was scary. I don't know why I'm playing so badly on this one track in particular, but I am. I have no explanation for it. Let's see if we can get the shortcut this time. There we go, we got it. So that'll help extend our lead even further. Here we go. Final lap. We just have to keep our lead. We don't need to go any faster. That's not my goal. My goal is not to get a world record time. I obviously know I'm not going to do that. I'm not that good of a Mario Kart player. But my goal is to just beat the Nintendo Staff Ghost. It's not that hard. It doesn't need to be like a world recordly hard challenge. Even though I'm making it like that. How did I even run into the frog? I didn't even know you could run into that frog. And now I'm losing. Yikes. Come on. Come on. This is a very close race. All because of that one frog that I didn't even know existed. Come on. Just gotta not fall off. Go, 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 go. Oh, he's right there. He's right there. Oh, that was so close. That was so close this time. We have to try that again. Alright, 4th time's the charm. That's the saying, right? Yep. It's definitely not 3rd time's the charm. Let's see. I'm getting better. First time, I did so badly, I just restarted the save time. 2nd time, I did the same thing. But 3rd time, I actually finished. So maybe 4th time, I'll win. We'll have to see. But there seems to be a trend with me not doing well on courses with lots of green grass. First, I failed on Moo Moo Meadows, the course, obviously, with a lot of green grass. It's a meadows, or meadow, not a meadows. Anyways, then I failed on Donut Plains 3. It's a plain, it had lots of grass everywhere, and now I'm failing on DK Jungle. Would you look at that? It's a jungle, there's also lots of grass. So it's weird that seems to be the trend. I'm failing on courses with a lot of grass. But I'm pretty sure the only course coming up next that has a lot of grass is Piranha Plant Slide. So let's see if I also fail on that course. Maybe it's some trend or something that I'm just gonna fail on every course with lots of green grass on it. Maybe I'm cursed. I have like a grass curse or something. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm doing much better this time. But I was also doing really well last time until I ran into the frog. Alright, got a pretty big lead. I think it's a big enough lead that even if I get hit by the frog, I think I'll be fine. There we go. I did not get hit by the frog. That is very nice to see. Go, 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 go. Come on. I don't know why this course in particular was so hard, but it was. But I think we've got this. I just got to not fall off, and then I'll be good. Come on. I know I can do it. I know I can do it. Go. Okay, I think we did it. I think we did it. There we go. Finally, we won. It just took 4 attempts on DK Jungle for whatever reason. But we did it. We can finally move on from this cursed jungle. Let's get out of here. So the next course we're doing is in the Leaf Cup. We finally moved out of the Banana Cup. That took way too long. But in the Leaf Cup, we're starting off with DS Wario Stadium. Obviously, racing against Wario, who is controlled by Nintendo Mazio. Let's see how we do. So Wario Stadium is another pretty interesting course. It's a very technical course, and it does have quite a few shortcuts, but it also has lots of coins lying around everywhere, which is very nice. We would have been up to 7 coins if I hadn't missed all those coins. But for whatever reason, I just seem to be unable to collect coins. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Alright, we fell off, so I have to use this mushroom to get back up to top speed, because I've got very bad acceleration. So unfortunately, I won't be able to take the shortcut, but it doesn't matter too much. The shortcut isn't the biggest shortcut. It's just that little patch of dirt we get to skip right over there. So we are 2 seconds behind Wario. I don't like that. Let's see if we can catch up somehow. Wario is quite far ahead, unfortunately. I don't know if we'll be able to catch up. That's the thing, if you screw up once in time trials, you're kind of it's just over. You can't really make a comeback. Or at least it's very hard to make a comeback, that is. I'm still around the same speed behind, or the same time behind. I'm still around 2 seconds behind him. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch up. Yeah, because of that one screw-up, we're unfortunately not able to win. It's weird, because we've lost on every single first course now, I'm pretty sure. Actually, is that true? Did I lose on Dry Desert? I don't remember. Actually, maybe that's not true. But anyways, I'm losing a lot, actually. I'm losing quite a lot in today's episode. A lot more than in the previous episode, and I don't know why, as I said. And I don't know why I pressed change course. That was a misclick by me. Alright, let's try and win this time. I just need to not fall off. That's all I gotta do. It's not too hard. Got a big lead, so maybe not a big lead, but we've got a lead, which you know is better than losing. So I'll certainly take this. Oh, I hit the fireball. Oh, that's not good. It's not as bad as falling off, though. We've already caught back up. We have our lead again. A very small lead, but it is a lead. There we go. We're 0.1 second ahead of them. But you know what? As long as we're winning, I'm fine with it. Ah, I hit the wall. Not good. Okay, let's take the shortcut. And then we're on the final lap. How did he take the shortcut better than me? I don't understand. This must be like some expert computer or something. Or I guess it's a ghost, rather. But still, you get the point. Alright. Uh-oh. Bumping into the wall is not a good thing. And neither is missing the speed boost. Oh no, I don't like this at all. Oh no. I was doing so well. How did this happen? Come on. There's gotta be a way somehow I can win. Go, 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 go! Oh, so close again. Alright, we gotta give this another try. Let's hope that this time we can win. Third time's the charm, right? Please? I don't know. Let's see how we can do. Hopefully we can win this time. Because it might just be me, but these ghosts feel a lot harder than the original Nitro tracks were. Or maybe it's because I'm using a lower acceleration combo. That could be the problem too. I'm just gonna restart. As soon as I fall off, there's no way I can make a comeback. So I just gotta restart. That's the rule. You screw up once, you restart. You don't want to bother wasting your time. Here we go. Fourth time's the charm. We're back up to our fourth attempt. If we lose this one, that means we're gonna have struggled more on this course than we did on DK Jungle. And I thought that was bad, but maybe this is gonna be worse. Oh, ah! I don't know why I'm struggling so much on that turn. I didn't struggle this much in the Grand Prix mode, and you could say Grand Prix is harder because you have more items to manage. So why am I struggling so much here? I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't done these courses in such a long, long time. Because before this I was doing battle mode, and then before that I was doing the Booster Course Pass DLC courses. So I guess it has been a while since I've done these courses, but you know, I shouldn't be struggling this much. I guess that just goes to show practice really does make perfect. We've got a lead. I like this. Let's just see if we can keep the lead, and then we'll be good. Ah! Ooh, okay. We just barely didn't fall off, but now the ghost has passed us. There's still maybe a chance we can catch up. I highly doubt so, but we might as well try. Don't give up hope just yet. We're only a little bit behind them. I hope we don't have to go on to our 6th try. I've nearly passed them. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Look at how close we are. I can taste it. I can taste victory. We passed him. We passed him. Just don't fall off. Ah, dang it. I had to brake a little bit. Alright, I think we'll have to go to our 6th attempt. Yeah. Unfortunate. I keep getting so close, and then I lose. Okay, we've got a lead. This is good. I just gotta not screw up on that little anti-gravity section. Because so far, I'm pretty sure almost every single time I've screwed up, it was because of that. Or these fireballs. I gotta be careful of those too. Alright, we're ahead. We're quite far ahead. I can see that our little icons are separated on the map. That shows that I've got a little bit of a lead. And I missed the glider ramp. Huh, I don't think that's ever happened to me before. But yikes, missing the glider ramp is definitely a bad thing, because he caught up quite a bit. He's, like, right behind me now. But I have max coins, so I don't need to go out of the way for coins anymore. It's a good thing to keep in mind. Oh, I bumped into the wall. Oh, and I hit the fireball. And now we're basically neck and neck. Oh, but I gained a lead somehow. I don't know how, but I did. And you know what? I'll take it. I'll take whatever I can get. Final lap. Come on. We can do this. Oh, I accidentally braked there. I really hope that doesn't ruin the run. Come on. He's right there. I think we did it. We did it. There we go. There's no way he can possibly catch up to us now. We finally did it. I don't know why, but I struggled more on DS Wario Stadium in today's episode than I struggled on Rainbow Road in the last episode. That's just weird. It just goes to show how Rainbow Road in this game is not a difficult course, and I don't know why I struggled so much on this course and DK Jungle in particular. But we did. And now we can finally move on to the next course. It feels like it's been ages that we've been stuck on that course. We're moving on to GCN Sherbet Land. It's another Mario Kart Double Dash course that I don't enjoy all that much, and I'll explain more later once we get into it. And we're going against Nintendo Fasuti, the Lemmy, which is funny because we played as Lemmy in the last episode, and now we're going against Lemmy. Here we are, Sherbet Land, or Sherbet Land. I'm not really sure which of the two it is. But anyways, this is a course that I just haven't enjoyed all that much. Even in Mario Kart Double Dash, I didn't like it that much, and I like almost every course in Mario Kart Double Dash. Even Dry Desert in that game is fine. But this course is the one exception. I just don't really like it all that much, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the slippery ice physics, or maybe because it's just not the most interesting course. It's just a barren ice wasteland. But it just doesn't give me the vibes that I just want from it. Which is funny, because both of the Mario Kart Double Dash courses in this game, for whatever reason, I really don't like. And I'm falling down here. This wasn't really part of my plan, because now I missed the shortcut. And I think it's also just slower to go down here. But we seem to be doing fine. We've got a huge lead now. I don't know why Wario Stadium was so much more difficult and tighter than this one is. We just got a giant lead here, but Wario Stadium, it felt like he was always chasing us. He was just always going to be behind us no matter what. Yikes. Oh, that's too bad. But I'm not going to use the mushroom there, even though I could have to gain a little bit more speed. I want to save it for this shortcut over here. We get 2 coins, and we get to cut a little section, and we get to go into a glider. And it's just all fun. It's just plain fun going in that glider. It might not be the best shortcut, but it's certainly a fun one. That's for sure. You don't want to fall in there. I don't remember where that leads. It leads somewhere, but I'm pretty sure it's a slower path. Although it is cool, but I don't think it's a fast path. If it was in Mario Kart Double out, it would just be considered out of bounds and you get picked up, which is why I didn't discover that path for a long time. So we'll use our mushroom here this time to cut off this little turn. That was a bad idea. That was a very bad idea. I didn't know it would send me flying into a wall. I should have just stuck with the glider ramp shortcut. But it doesn't matter, because either way, we're going to win. There we go. Finally, it's nice to get a race where we win on our first try, unlike Wario Stadium and DK Jungle, where it took a long time. There we go. First place. That's what we like to see. So the next course we're doing is 3DS Music Park, and this is a course that I actually really enjoy. I think it's a really cool, fun course. And we're racing against Nintendo Show. Here we are, Music Park. Now this course just has a really fun idea of us driving through a musical area. Like look, this whole area we're just driving on different musical instruments. We're on like a little piano here, and then later on there'll be some different instruments. It's not entirely just instruments, but it's got instruments built into the course. And it's also just got a really fun little song. And you can also hear the xylophone keys getting played when we drive over them. When we get over here, there are music notes that jump and slam onto the course at the beat of the song. And you can also get little trick boosts off of them. Here we go, we're gonna go over here, bounce off this, take a little mushroom shortcut through there. I don't know if it's the fastest path, but it certainly is a very fun path. And this is a course that has multiple shortcuts. And if you haven't figured out by now, a lot of the courses I like have multiple different shortcuts, because it's fun to just see all the different options you can take. Like over there's a little mushroom shortcut we can take through here that leads to a trick boost. I screwed up the trick boost, and that's a little bit embarrassing, but it's still cool. Here we go. We could opt to not take the glider ramp if we want to. Just lead over here where we get some coins, and we can get a boost if I had timed that correctly. There we go, like that. There we go. If we don't have a mushroom, it's kind of bad to take that path. So I unfortunately had to use my mushroom just to get out of there. So now I don't have any mushrooms for the final lap. So no shortcut for me. I just gotta drive normally. Alright, let's just take the simpler, easier glider ramp path. Excuse me, Mr. Music Note. So let's get that trick boost. I'm just gonna go around here just so I don't go flying off or something bad happens. And there we go. Another first try. We beat Music Park. So the next course that we're going to be doing is N64 Yoshi Valley. And this course in particular is extra fun because there are so many different paths you can take. And normally in Grand Prix mode, you don't really get to see all the different paths because there's only one path that is really truly the fastest. But here in Time Trials, you can kind of just go wherever you want and it doesn't really matter too much. Time Trials is a very good way to be able to see all the cool different paths you want to. And this course, as you can check by the mini-map, is a huge mess. We get so many different split paths we can take. So we're just going to go ahead and follow Nintendo Mark, who I thought was going to go to the left, but he juked me out and actually went to the right. So I'm a little bit behind him, But we're just going to follow him to see where he goes. So we do have quite a bit to catch up on because I bumped into the sign. But this course does have quite a few different shortcuts. Not as many as, say, Music Park. I'm pretty sure it only has 2 different shortcuts. But they are cool different shortcuts. Both of them are just driving through grass with a mushroom, but it's still fun to have more than one shortcut. So as you can see, there's one over to the right where using mushroom can go off a trick boost. Nintendo Mark is going to go for that one. But there's also a shortcut you can cut through here to cut off that turn, which I'm pretty sure is a faster shortcut because now we're ahead of Nintendo Mark, and I can't really tell which way he's going to go. So I'm just going to go the path that I normally take in Grand Primo, which is the fastest. It's to the left and then to the left again, where you go over this little rickety bridge, which is risky because you can easily get hit by an item or fall off. But in time trial modes, there's no items to get worried to get hit by, so you don't have to worry about that. You just have to manage not falling off, which honestly isn't that difficult. We also got to be careful with this little rolling egg here. It's not too big of a hazard, but it is there, so you have to be mindful of it. This time, let's take this shortcut. We just go over there, take that little jump, plain and simple. We're ahead of Nintendo Mark, going into the final lap. So now we got to choose which path we're going to take. We went to the left last time, let's go to the right, and now let's go to the left. And now we get another split, let's go to the left again. Let's see where this leads. Well, they all lead to the same place, but it leads to the same place in a different way. And we are still ahead of Nintendo Mark, which is nice to see. Egg, please don't block the way, thank you. Alright, let's take this shortcut again, because I'm pretty sure it is a better shortcut, and that will lead us to the finish. There we go, we win. That was nice and fun, and we got to check out a lot of the different paths. Not all of them, as you obviously can't check out every single different path in one time trial. But if you were to try it multiple times, you would be able to maybe find all the different paths. So now we're going to move into the final Retro Grand Prix Cup, which is the Lightning Cup. And we're going to be starting with DS Tick-Tock Clock. The Tick-Tock Clock is a pretty interesting course because it's got a lot of moving parts. Because obviously we're inside of a clock, so all of these different gears and hands will be moving. And there's also some pendulums you have to avoid. It's a very elaborate course. And there aren't any mushroom shortcuts from all that I'm aware of, but there are some non-mushroom shortcuts you can take that are pretty risky. But we'll talk about that more once we get to them. And they're also only available at certain times, because the non-mushroom shortcuts you can take depend on where the clock's hands are. For example, if we go up over here at this ending section, you can see that there are the clock's hands over there, and we can do a little trick on them. Yikes! That was actually an unintentional shortcut. It kind of worked out, but sometimes those clock hands will make a little bridge for you to drive across, and sometimes they won't. And when they won't, you can just trick off of them and get a little speed boost anyways. So let's use our mushroom here because there aren't really any other places to use it. And let's avoid the glider ramp this time. Just go for the regular tricking path, where you get a lot of jump boosts, or you can miss them all like me. And these gears at the end will also change paths, and one will be moving towards you, and it'll give you a speed boost, and the other will be moving against you, and you will lose time. For example, here, you could take... actually, that's not a very good example. If it was in a better favor, I would have done it. I still tried to take it, and I ended up failing because it was not in my favor. But maybe the next area where the shortcut could be possible will be in my favor. Let's go over here. Try and get a lot of jump boosts if we can. It's a very satisfying thing to do. But yeah, unfortunately, the hands were not in our favor for us to take a cool shortcut. I fell off at the end. Please tell me I don't lose because of that. Okay, no, I'm good. That would have been very sad. But there we go. We won on Tick-Tock Clock. and that is nice to see. So now we're moving on to the next course, 3DS Piranha Plant Slide, and we're going to be racing against Nintendo Poly, the Ludwig. Hopefully, we don't lose this one multiple times, because this was the course I was talking about earlier with the curse of grass. This is a course with quite a lot of grass on the outside. As you can see, there's a lot of grass here. So there is a possibility that we lose because it has grass. So far, every course I'm pretty sure that we've lost on has had grass on it. But who knows? Maybe the trend will continue. I certainly hope not, because that'll just make this really long episode. It's an hour already, even longer. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are tired of watching me play Mario Kart. And probably a lot of people who are watching this video at the beginning clicked off because it was so long. I know a lot of you guys don't have like an hour of time to watch me play Mario Kart. But those of you who are still here, I appreciate you for continuing to watch. Here we go, we can take a little jump over this piranha plant. It's a bit risky. I don't know if it's faster or not, but it certainly is very cool. So now we're over here, and we have a mushroom, so we can take a shortcut through this fake bush here. And it seems that Nintendo Poly has the exact same idea as we do. Please don't bite me. It bit me. So I have to use a mushroom to get back up to top speed. Very unfortunate. So I won't be able to take a shortcut this time. And that might actually be enough to just make it so that I can't catch up. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Maybe if I take a tighter turn than he does. Maybe, because I'm ahead of him now. And this will help a little bit, because he's going to take that shortcut. And I'll lose a bit of time, because I can't take the shortcut. Ah, Goomba cutout. Dang it. Yeah, since he could take the shortcut, he got a big lead. How many seconds is he ahead? He's ahead 3 seconds now. I don't think I can catch up. It's the curse of the grass. Fortunately, this is the last course with grass on it, but still. Take the sharp turn. Maybe I could catch up. No, I don't think I can. I think it's over, unfortunately. Oh, okay, that's just mean. You didn't need to shove that in my face, game. I knew I was gonna lose. That's just insulting. So it seems like the curse of the grass has struck again. I've lost on every single course, every single retro course that has grass for some reason today. I guess I just really don't feel like grass today. Maybe grass did something to me. I don't know what, but maybe it did. But anyways, I gotta keep this lead. Doing well. Doing very well, actually. I just gotta not screw up. It's the very scary grass that's caused my demise. I gotta be careful. But we're 2 seconds ahead. This is what we like to see. We have a lead. I just gotta not get bitten by a piranha plant or fall off like last time. Please don't bite me. Thank you. Okay, we're doing well. That's what I'd like to see. Alright. Final lap. We're almost 4 seconds ahead. I think we have this in the bag, but I shouldn't get too cocky. Maybe something bad will happen. Yikes! He tried to bite me. He tried to bite me, but I was going too fast, so he couldn't. That was dangerous. Goomba, no! Uh-oh. Fortunately, I think our lead is big enough that didn't cause too many problems. So that was concerning. Go this way for the speed boost. Okay, I think we've got this. Alright, let's take the shortcut. And there we go, we won. We've defeated the evil, vile grass. Now we only have 2 courses left. Here we go. The next course we're doing, We Grumble Volcano. We're racing against ourselves. We're racing against. It's gonna be Roy versus Roy. Who is the better Roy? Nintendo Yuya or Mythglad Gaming? Let's find out. So Grumble Volcano is not one of my favorite courses. I mean, it's fine. It's not like I dislike it. I've just never found it that appealing. It does have a cool gimmick where the course starts to, like, crumble, and parts of the track start to disappear after each lap. And that's cool. But I don't know why, but I just never really enjoyed it all that much. And some shortcuts will open up on later laps. So I'm pretty sure lap 1 doesn't have very many available shortcuts. But laps 2, and especially lap 3, will have more shortcuts being added into the mix. So for this mushroom that I have here, I guess I'll just use it here. Okay, that's a bad start. Let's just restart, because based off of our past experiences, as soon as we screw up, we generally lose. So I should probably just restart. And you know what might be a good idea? Let's just use our mushroom right at the start to get at the top speed. So that way we don't have to accelerate at the beginning. That might actually be a very smart idea, seeing as there aren't any shortcuts that I know of on lap 1. And there are some shortcuts in lap 2 and lap 3, but I'm pretty bad at this course. It's definitely not one of my better courses. So I might honestly not even go for the shortcut, and I might just use the mushroom to get faster speed, just in regular straightaways. That might be in my best interest. So coming up here, we have a split path. We go to the left or the right. I'm pretty sure the right path is faster, but the left path leads to a cool glider section. I want to see this cool glider section. It's definitely slower because the staff ghost, who is quite far behind me, has now passed me with a 1.4 second lead, so it's definitely not worth it to go that way. But the course is starting to fall apart. It's scary. So the course is going to get even harder now. And let's go this way this time. Last time I went to the right, so now we can go to the left. Oh, I missed the glider. That's not nice. Well, I don't seem to be doing too well, am I? We can head over here, take that little mini baby shortcut. And how far behind are we now? 2.3 seconds. So I think we're just kind of screwed. But you know what? We could try and get the very hard shortcut at the end that I'm not even 100% sure of. You know, we might as well try. And if I do end up screwing up, it can be some good practice for the next time. Come on. We're actually getting pretty close. Oh, we passed them somehow. But there's the shortcut right over there. Go! Oh, we did it! I had to slow down because I was worried I was going to fall off. But we actually won! I wasn't expecting that. That's why you hold through. We pushed through, and we managed to win. Now we only have one course left. So the final course for today's episode, N64 Rainbow Road. We're racing against Metal Mario, Nintendo Leonel. Let's see if we can win. Here we go. the climactic finale. And this course is a very short course. It's a very short Rainbow Road. It's barely like 1 minute and 30 seconds, I think. But this course is also special as it has no shortcuts. So our mushrooms can only really be used on straight sections like this, since there's nowhere else to use them, seeing as there are no shortcuts. Oh! I'm just gonna use it to get back up to top speed. And I've got a little bit of catch-up work to do, and I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan indeed. I'm a second, 0.2 behind. It would have been a disaster if I was a minute, 0.2 behind. But I think I managed to catch up. No, I passed him. How did that happen? Oh, well, he passed me. Oh, I thought I was gonna get hit. Oh. Go, mushroom. Come on. I think it's too late to be able to catch up. I think he's too far ahead. Yeah, he's a second, 0.7 seconds ahead. But I can sure as heck try. That's for sure. Oh, look at I passed him. He must take like really wide turns or something. 'Cause I'm in the lead now. I didn't actually think this was possible. I thought I was gonna have to reset. I might actually be able to do this. I actually did it! I won on my first try! Oh my goodness, that's a surprise. But there we go, we won, even though that was a very sloppy race. It didn't matter, because we still beat the staff ghost. And that's all that matters. So there we go. We've officially beaten every single Retro Grand Prix Cup. The Shell Cup, the Banana Cup, the Leaf Cup, and the Lightning Cup. And in the next episode, we'll be moving on to the DLC courses. Not the Booster Course Pass DLC courses, but the regular DLC courses for Mario Kart 8. Thank you so much for watching this really long video. If you made it through all the way, you must have really enjoyed it. So consider liking and maybe even subscribing. But anyways, this is where we're going to wrap it up for today's episode of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.